Hi, I'd love to open a paragraph today that will help discriminate between what exists and what doesn't exist, although it appears to exist. So let's hear it. It's by Hsin, and it begins, "The past is not now. What is not now has no existence. A thought about the past is referred to as memory. It is a thought about the non-existent, not now appearing now. Likewise, a thought about the future is a thought about the non-existent appearing now. You are, this is a constant. What can be said about those who spend their time attending to what doesn't exist? Are they not dreamers? The label is unimportant. Recognize imagination as imagination and be done with it. Ponder this. More tomorrow." Let's open it. The past is not now. That's how it begins. If we look what is past, is just a thought, a memory that describes what is no longer happening right now. It is a residual impression from the past appearing in the presence of the being of who you are, in the field of awareness, and that memory is already gone. It's finished. That can help one to recognize when their attention is trapped in memory or in a story of the past, is to question what does exist right now. Not what appears, because the memory of the past or the story of the past appears right now, yet does it really exist? Does it really happening? Or just appear in existence itself? As you question what does really exist, what is really real right now, it can open a window for you to realize what is always here, what is already present as presence itself, constantly aware. The past is not now. What is not now has no existence. It is pointing that the only thing which is not a thing, because it's not an object that has real existence, is awareness, which is yourself, your true being. A thought about the past is referred to as memory. A thought about the past is referred to as memory. So if I remember something that I did today, for example, it is a thought describing what is no longer happening. It just happened. Therefore, it has no real existence right now. It appears as a memory only. And I really invite you to start to discriminate between a memory of the past and imagination of the future, and what is really exists in the present moment, not bound to time, as presence. And as you question if the memory is exists as real, not if it happened, if it's really happening right now, then it can open just a gap for you to recognize what is already here. And the more you recognize what is already here, your attention can be rested, or the attention can be shifted on the self. Self is just another word for yourself. for existence itself, which is timeless, which is presence, which is aware, boundless, unshakable peace, silence. And all these words are just pointers for one to experience the innermost experience of themselves. The past is not now. What is not now has no existence. A thought about the past is referred to as memory. It is a thought about the non-existent, not now, appearing now. I find the description of Hsin is very beautiful. It is a thought about the non-existent, not now, appearing now. You can take this sentence and think about it, so it can enable you to remove the veil of ignorance or forgetting that the past is no longer happening, that it doesn't really exist, that it's already over, it's finished, it's gone. Likewise, a thought about the future is a thought about the non-existent appearing now. Past and future are just thoughts, and the future is a memory of the past projected upon the self or within the field of awareness, and it is defined as future. And because out of habit the attention goes to past, future, memory, imagination, which is all imagination, then we are so occupied with the content of the past and the content of the future that we overlook what really exists right now. The more we stop looking at the content and we shift the attention to that which is prior to content itself, that which is prior, behind thoughts, the more the interest falls away from the content itself, from the stories of the past to the projections of the future, and there is more sense of peace, silence. You are this, you are. This is a constant. What can be said about those who spend their time attending to what doesn't exist? Are they not dreamers? That's also beautiful because one can discriminate how much time one is attending to what doesn't exist. Put so much attention and energy and effort into imagination, into that which is no longer here. The past is over, the future hasn't arrived yet. And a lot of time we live by the mind says, this is what happened, so I know what will happen, and that's how the mind scares itself. One has to start being more interested in what exists, what is real, what is omnipresent, instead of the images that have no really life. And there's no problem to dream. Just recognize that it's a dream. It's not the ultimate reality. It's not who you truly are. It's just a conceptual image of yourself wanting something that is not yet arrived, that is not here, or dwelling on something that is already gone and it's finished. Just pay attention. How much energy are you putting into the past and the future and forgetting what is real right now? What can be said about those who spend their time attending to what doesn't exist? Are they not dreamers? The label is unimportant. Recognize imagination as imagination and be done with it. Ponder this more tomorrow. Sometimes I hear people, yes, I'm aware it's just a thought, it's just an idea, that means it is just imagination, and still it disturbs me. And they keep picking it up, buying it basically, putting it in their shopping cart, and then they are disturbed and they are complaining that that disturbs them, instead of just recognize that it is an image, imagination, an idea, a thought, and just shift the attention from it, or just disregard it and focus on what's real, what is already here. Anyway, I thought this is quite beautiful. I think it's a great reminder. Take whatever you take from this, and I wish you great success, and see you next time.